Let's rock on the mic. What's up, everybody, and you are listening to the best of the Media Mike radio show. I am your host, the Media Mike Speak, sponsored by New Justice Media, where we are the voice of the everyday citizen. The time is now 17 minutes past the hour here in the Lone Star State, so let's get to this story before it is too late. All right, good people, as you know, Fani Willis is still in the news, and this is not going away. Ladies and gentlemen, it is not going away. Just in case you didn't know, and I've said it before, Fani will be facing the Board of Ethics come March 7th, 2024, for her alleged involvement in an improper relationship with Nathan Wade, and whether she, Fani Willis, paid him an enormous amount of funds using taxpayers' dollars. Now, we already know they've been talking about cash. Cash. That just does not sound good. And as I said before, you don't want to piss off the judge. Now, I know there are some things going around about the Judge McAfee. But still, you don't want to piss off the judge. And the judge, I'm pretty sure, doesn't want to put himself in a compromising situation to where if he botched this, he will not be reelected. Bear in mind, these are elected officials, people. Ladies and gentlemen, these are elected officials. Now, according to the board's published agenda for March 7th, Gregory Mansell and Stephen Kramer have filed complaints against Fani Willis. The board said it was scheduling a special meeting for their date at 10 a.m. in the Fulton County Government Center. The meeting is open to the public. So she has her schedule full. Willis and Wade are facing allegations she misused taxpayer funds and crossed ethical boundaries during the couple's romantic relationship last week. 2 days of hearings before Fulton County Superior Court Judge Scott McAfee captivated the nation's political attention, and McAfee could issue his decision in the coming weeks. I can't wait, because actually she has put him in a compromising position. Now, Willis and Wade both testified last week to the extent of their relationship and whether Wade benefited financially from their now acknowledged romantic relationship. Willis has said she and Wade were not in a relationship when Willis hired him as a special prosecutor in the case against Trump in 2021. She has denied any wrongdoing. But breaking news. Stay tuned for my next video regarding that, because they have found that not to be true, based on cell phone evidence. Yep, text messages, cell phone towers, triangular calculation. How do I win when people learn? Now, what the complaints say. Now, Mr. Mansell is the founder of Substack blog Investigative News Service, according to Newsweek. He filed the complaint January 27. Mansell reportedly asked for Willis' expense reports for 2021 and 2023. Through 2023. 2 years, and all contracts and payments to Wade for the same years. He also requested records concerning $14.6 million in awards for the Department of Justice. So I'm guessing this is under the Freedom of Information Act. Okay. Now, Mansell claims he was only provided with 2 of the employment contracts, and his other requests were denied. In his complaint, Mansell said he believes the DA's office refused to provide the bulk of the records in an effort to cover up actions that have raised ethical issues, which is true. She's messing up bad if that's the case, because they can subpoena those records. So that indicates or implicates that you may be trying to hide something. And that's what this seems like. Now, the other complaint filed by Stephen Kramer contains a series of questions about the hiring of Wade, the relationship between Willis and Wade, Wade's compensation, money spent on dates and trips, possible hostile workplace for the co-workers, and better usage of money paid to Wade on items like reducing backlog of cases and number of inmates in jail. Kramer also questioned the amount of money that is now being spent on dealings with the repercussions of their relationship, an expense that may be borne by taxpayers like Kramer. Kramer's complaint also asked the Board of Ethics to look into whether Willis used a subpoena of U.S. Senator Lindsey Graham to ask for campaign donations and diverted $488,000 targeted for the Center for Youth Empowerment and Gang Prevention and used the money instead on MacBooks, swag, and travel. That's all going to come out. This woman and Mr. Wade are going to be lucky if they don't get this barred. Because it seems to me this is almost like political suicide, what they've committed in their professional careers. Now, Kramer's lengthy complaint then lists each section of Fulton County's ethics code he believes Willis violated and why. Now, Georgia Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who is a staunch Trump supporter, has also filed ethics complaints against Willis. She posted on social media that she was looking forward to the ethics board meeting. She's going to be there. Now, they're going to meet March 7th at 10 a.m. And the Board of Ethics will then render an opinion on whether Willis violated the county ethics code. Now, you see, it may not be much of a bite, but it's still a bite because it doesn't look good. As I stated before, I doubt if she gets reelected. She's not going to get reelected. It's not going to happen. Now, what happens after that, I don't know. So as we move forward, what happens next with the ethics complaint? Lawyers for both sides are expected back in court next week to present their summations or final arguments. Before then, Judge McAfee is supposed to meet with one of Roman's witnesses, Wade's former law partner, Terrence Bradley, who reportedly has direct knowledge of when the relationship began. Now, the guy that was on the stand that used to be friends with Wade, from my understanding, they've been giving up information. So that's how they found out those text messages, good people. So I'll talk about that in my other video. So a lot of people are really not on their side. So a source told Fox News that the meeting is scheduled for February 26th. McAfee will most likely issue his ruling in writing after the summations. Following the money. I always say follow the money. Willis maintained that she paid Wade back for their vacations abroad, mostly in cash. A noble effort for a defense, but highly unlikely to be believed. That's what's bad. Either way, it's a bad look for the prosecution. And that could be a factor in the judge's ruling. Reimbursement in cash, the discovering about the start of the relationship that makes it possible that there could be a recusal here simply because of that appearance of impropriety. Even if there's nothing actually wrong, it's all bad. It's still bad. Now, what happens if they're not disqualified? The defense lawyers will most likely file for a certificate of review. They're going to do that, yeah. This is the court filing that asks the judge if they can appeal his decision. If the judge says yes, it will go to the Court of Appeals. If the judge says no, then the lawyers will have to wait until the trial is over to file an appeal. And if they are disqualified, I'm pretty sure McAfee would probably agree for them to file an appeal on his decision because that's what associates are for. You know, he did contribute to her campaign, but that's okay. Judges do that all the time. It's just that he can't campaign for her. He can't do that, but he can donate some money. That's fine. Now, what happens if they are disqualified? If Willis and Wade are disqualified, ladies and gentlemen, the executive director of the Prosecuting Attorneys Council of Georgia will have to find another prosecutor. It would have to be someone who has the personnel and money to handle the case. Now, I don't think anybody does. I don't know if anybody wants it. Whoever takes over the case will be able to use the investigative work that has already been done. They will not have to start from the beginning. But who would take the case if Fani and Wade are recused? Now, Fani, being an experienced DA, should know the more the evidence, the worse it gets. Until next time, this is your guy, Mr. Educator, Mr. Communicator, Mr. Free Thinker. Subscribe, share, and like to keep me rocking on the mic. Have a good night.
Understand you soon, it won't be long. Keep on, keep on.